And welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor, where we are on the march to getting ready. We have quite a few things to do before we get started with our own faction, but I think we can do it, guys. I got some plans, and I think they're doable. First off, someone mentioned, again, thank you for all these comments and giving me these little heads up about things. The knighthood stuff, I actually looked into it a lot more, and there's many options. So every knighthood, actually, there's a few that aren't on the game yet, or in the game, because you have to found them if you want them. But there's a bunch of them out there, and you can join them. You can get happy points with them, and when you get happy enough happy points, you actually get rewards like armor, horses, stuff like that. And then the more happy points, the better the gear goes. And then when we start our own faction, we can actually pick one of them to be like ours. And I've been looking into it, and there's two of them which I want, and it works out, because let's go ahead and I'll go show you the report. So of course we want them to be happy with us, otherwise it's going to be a pain. So some of these we can't do because the relationship is kind of crazy, but because of, I guess, helping some people, and because of our start, key one was the letter. At the beginning of the game we started, and at the very last part it was like something changed or whatever, and we picked a letter about our father dying, and because we picked that one, we actually get to pick one of these knighthoods to be one of ours, because we selected as an option. Either that, or you have to hire a certain companion to have with you in order to start it. But let's go ahead. You gotta go down here to, where is it? I know it's here. Faction relationships. There it is. Knighted order. So as you can see, there's a lot of zeros, but the two that I'm really kind of looking for. There's a third one, but I'll mention that in one bit. The Knights of the Griffin, which we can do because we got that letter, and they actually sound pretty cool. They've kind of been extinct because they got wiped out, but we can restore it and bring them back, and they seem pretty good. I like their units. And then the other one is the Radiant Cross, which are out and about. I've seen those guys, but this one we have to capture like a castle or a town, and then we can start the Knights of the Order chapter, and then that would be our option. I'm thinking I'm kind of leaning towards that one, to be honest, because it's not too bad. It's mostly money, and I have money. And then there's a third option, which I thought about, but we'll see how it goes. We could start our own. We can create one, and basically we pick the name of our knights, what kind of name we want them, and the name of our sergeant. That's what they do, because once you found an order, they'll start recruiting and putting them into your garrison. And their knights are sergeants. The sergeants are mostly Grandfoot, I believe, footmen, and the knights, of course, are on horseback. But we can actually select which ones we want, what kind of troops they are, and of course they start out horribly geared and not very good, so we'd have to work with them a lot. But it's a cool option, you know. If you really want to like pick your base troop types and you want something to complement them, then you can start and create your own knighthood. I like that idea. It just takes a lot of work, but it'd be a cool thing to do. But I think for now we're going to try to go for the Griffins. So that's my kind of goal as far as the knighthood. Someone mentioned that Laria is a very good place because of the monies, and they also mentioned about the Noldor. Now the Noldor, I've been looking into as well how to get happy points, and besides jumping into a fight when they're involved and helping them out, there's not much else you can do other than, of course, they said that if we have a place near here and they get captured, we can release them and get happy points, I guess. That was what they were saying, but that's going to be a little bit tricky, but we can do that once we're not a mercenary, because we won't have any, relationship whatsoever. So we can go after the Noldor and jump in with their fights, which shouldn't be too hard, because there are quite a few Jatu over here, I think that is. I completely forgot about, but so we got steps to do. And then once we get some of these steps, then of course we're just going to conquer. And then by then, hopefully we'll have enough happy points with these guys. We'll be better geared, get money, and then hopefully somebody will be at war with these guys again, and then we can pick on them and take out some of that areas. But anyways, enough chit chat. We got work to do. And first off, we're going to go after this guy, because he's running straight at me. I don't know what he's thinking. He's like, I don't even see him. He's got 50 troops and 32 prisoners, which are a bunch of Fyrdsvain, which I want. I'm trying to get rid of some of our mercenary troops that I don't really need, or the Pendor troops, because apparently they're not as good as straight up faction troops. But also because we want to get involved over here. There's a bunch of Dashar running towards these Fyrdsvain. And if I get involved here, I'm going to definitely help with the Fyrdsvain so I can get more happy points with those guys. And then, of course, there's another group of these hunters with 74 prisoners if we need more troops. So many options, and right off the bat we're gonna jump in. And we got farmers. I was worried it was those other guys. Look, we got farmers involved here, which I'm not too worried about, to be honest.
Amongst the Singalians, we have no lords. We killed the last one over 100 years ago.
You were very stupid to allow me to go free when you captured me. We remain enemies, and I cannot promise to repay your mercy in kind. So if we catch this guy, I'm just gonna let him go, to be honest. Otherwise, our mercenary work's gonna end, and then I won't have the money if I held him that long. So I say this once: surrender or die. If you wish to die so badly, I have no choice. All right, you and your farmers are going down. 78 of them. We got the numbers. So let's do this. Yeah, I'm going to start weeding out some of our troops. We got to get some elite fighting troops going if we're going to be on our own. Because we won't always have friends to assist us. Unless we get lucky, you know. Sometimes it's just all about the luck. Okay. I should have a lot more infantry, but I feel like I might have done a bad thing, and I made a bunch of them scouts because they were mercenaries. And I figured I'd try to upgrade them to horsemen. And so I think that was the bulk of our troops there, to be honest. Alright, I'm going to get away from these guys because they're not very nice. Okay. But luckily we got quite a few spearmen I've kept in retainer from the Empire. Definitely going to keep those guys because we do have to deal with horsemen quite often. I was thinking of, honestly, I thought there was a Ferd's Vein, like, I don't know. I thought the knighthood would be like mostly Herskulls and stuff, but there isn't one. There's a Valkyrie one, which I've heard they're okay, but they're pretty much like armored berserkers with bows sometimes. So they're not the best troops, so we're not going to go with those guys. Ladies, I should say. But I do feel like the Griffin's going to be a cool one, especially since no one has them, so they'll be specifically us. Stop! Will you die already? I've hit that guy so many times. Alright, now he's dead. Bonk! Very nice. So yeah, let's do this. Let's go ahead and we only had 2 wounds, not bad. Continue. You fought well, you're free to go. So we got honor, which is key, because also something we can do with the knights is really cool. Is we can upgrade them. We can make them even stronger, I believe, by using, what was it? Prestige? And it's based off of our honor. So the more honor we have, the cheaper prestige cost it is. So that's a cool thing too. I believe that was an option I found. So now we got -1 point with him. And I think we got happy points with this faction, but we'll see. So we need to go for armored axemen, which means I'm going to have to go through some of these guys and get rid of them. So let me do that because we got lots of fighting to do. And I'll be back for the loots if there's anything good. Oh, man. Battered the shard, brass, plate, and mail. Look at this scene. 51 body and 15 legs, and it needs 12 strength. We'll definitely take that. I went after a group that was going after some farmers, just a little group before we started. And I got another eventide plate harness, but nobody can wear it because I have nobody except for the 2 knights with 18 strength. So I'm going to hold on to it, but I might end up selling it just because... I think, to be honest, Julia is the closest one to 18, and the rest is I'm going to leave because we're probably going to get more loot. And I don't even know what hers is. Let's actually check that before we stop here. Julia, your skills... Yeah, you're at 15, so I need 3 more levels just to get you to wear one of those pieces of armor. I might drop one of them and keep the other for just for giggles. Alright, speaking of gear, 55. Oh, you actually got quite a bit of good stuff. 51 and 15. Actually, I think everybody's got better stuff than that. But let's double check. Who is it? Oh man, I'm trying to think. Kasim? See, 15, 14. There we go. I'm pretty sure he's like the low end of my gear-wise guys. I don't know why. He kind of gets the bottom of the barrel sometimes. Alright, done and done. 1 second. I saw a shield there. 324. That's actually not bad. Alright, we'll go through it later. Alright, so the Ferd's Vein, I thought there was going to be quite a few because some of them were running from the leader who should have quite a few troops in his army as well. Not seeing him. But we'll get a little closer here. But the key is, we'll see if we can get... Another guy to run over here? Oh, no, we shouldn't do that. That's quite a few guys. That's more than farmers that would be jumping into that one. Ooh. But we could maybe get one of these guys to jump us. The Ferd's Vein maybe would jump in. I don't know. Let's see, where's the leader? Is that him? No, Lord Haven. I know I saw his name pop up. Alright. Either we're going to go after this group, or should we save them? I'm going to be honest, I don't know what is really in there that I want. There's 74 prisoners, but I see a lot of Empire, and then a bunch of Ceruleans, and then there's Ferd's Vein at the very bottom. So I don't know how many Ferd's Vein are actually in that. And I might save that for another day, because they're very quick. They probably can get away from these guys, and I can use that for another time when I need to get troops. But here comes some more for Deshar. I just don't know if I can trust the Ferd's Vein to jump in if I jumped in one of these guys. I don't think we have enough happy points. A farmer hails tells you news of the Mist Mountain tribes have united under Wolfbow the Slayer and are invading Pendor. That's another thing we need to go. We have to go fight that guy one day. Apparently he drops qualls. Alright, this is taking a little longer than I thought, and I think the plan went sideways because they didn't have the guts to go after the Ferd's Vein. But maybe we'll get involved in a siege. That'd be fun, right? Okay, change of plan. I went to go sell stuff because I figured I was full and I had time waiting for them to siege this place. And then as soon as I got here, the Empire made a truce with the Deshar. So we now have zero relationship with the Ceruleans and the Deshar, so that means we can go there, do trading, bartering. I can start doing more. I think I only have 1 or 2 places here that I invested, and they have 4 towns. 3 towns? 3 towns. So I want to make sure I get all the monies coming in. But that means we're going to try to get some happy points. I'm going to try to work towards getting that Qualls gem, because it can respawn and I can find more later now. And I want to have it on handy in case I find that Brotherhood guy. So here we go. We got 1 quest line left. Hopefully we can make it. Oh, we just made this in time. I spotted these guys. I was like, you know what? I want to make happy points with the Valkyries just in case. And let's go ahead and make some more happy points. Plus loots. Because now we're fighting on our own. We're going to get more loots, which would be always a nice thing, since we'll have to pay for our own troops pretty soon. But on a bonus, I read somewhere that, I don't know if it's true, that they said that if you auto-calculate fights, the chances of you getting wounded troops on the enemy side is increased, but you lose more troops, of course, usually. But also loot increases when you auto-resolve, so I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it'd be kind of interesting to test out. But we also need to work on one of our companions to become, I want to say it's Steward. And that way we want to put some trade into them because, shoot, what was trade for? I read a bunch of stuff, guys. I did some research on this Prophecy of Pendor, and I usually don't, but this mod has quite a bit in depth to it, and so I figured I might as well try. And something about trade was important to be our steward's ability. Another important thing is if we wanted to do our own knighthood trainer skill. Because we can get our knights and stuff to be as strong as one of our companions as long as they have good trainer skill. And that makes it more likely that they'll actually teach them. So that was a cool thing too. So if we get a super OP companion like 30, 30, 30, 30 and all the good stuff, and we have them train our own knighthood, then they could be complete boss. Of course they have to steal gear and I have to pay for all that, and that was quite a bit of money, they said. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars, so I don't know if I want to do that much. I'm not that rich. Alright, so we got them all. 2 wounds, which I got myself, and there we go. More happy points. And I don't want any farmers, but I will take those guys. And done. Alright, look at this. 20 items, access stuff we're going to go and sell. I don't need any of this. I have enough shields. To be honest, though, this is where you want to get shields. I've gotten some very nice ones like this one. Look at this thick metal embossed star round shield, 547 health and 15 resistance. Most of my guys have Herskell shields, which is 500, and they're by far one of the best shields, and you just have to fight Vansgrave for them. Free! No monies. Okay, I'm going to go off and, let's see, what was it? Rain? Rain, I think it is. We have to go to get that Qualls gem. And I'm going to see if we can find some more trouble along the way. Also, we'll try to do, because I know there's a Vansgrave Raider, we're going to do some more Valkyrie missions. because it's mostly fighting these guys, and we can get quite a bit of money and honor, I believe it was as well. And we need more honor in order to get things going. I think I did it, guys. I ran into this place, and I had to sell stuff, and I ended up popping in a tavern, and I found Brother Randolph. I was like, no, I don't have the gem. Stay put. And I ran off all the way to Rain. I found the gem hidden in the alleyway, and able to avoid Wolfbode the Slayer. I think that's his name. He has 900 troops, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's a lot of troops. And let's do this. Let's talk to this guy. Brother Randolph, I got rid of one guy just in case I needed him for a slot, so. Okay. Yes, show me what books. What else do you have to offer? Yes, here's the gem. Show me where the hidden mines are located. Okay, anything else? You have discovered the hidden location of Al-Ziz's lost item called gem. Okay. Yes, show me books. Nothing else. Okay. I also found Phidias the Digit, or whatever his name is, and I was really tempted to go talk to him, but I was like, you know what? No. Let's see if we can find some really cool gear to help us get more levels, and then maybe one day we could fight him. And there it is. I thought it was in the desert, somebody said, or I read someplace. Okay, so we gotta go up there, which is fine. I have to go here to go invest some money anyways. I wanted to invest in Rain, but the Dane Lord doesn't like me there. So that was shut down. But let me go ahead and let me go into that direction. Is this the Lord I was looking for before? No, Eric. Jarl Incur One Hands Party. Okay. I love how these guys got some weird names. Like this one's got Lord Hearthger the Fats Party. And then there was one with Ice Heart or something like that. They got some cool names with these Fyrds Vein. And we have made it. I have invested more money into our profits. So we got Torba making us money. Oddly enough, I've been noticing in this mod that you want to check the prices. Normally you would go for like the dye and silk for sures. But in this mod, I'm noticing more and more that I'm actually investing into leather working. That's the wrong section, right? Reports? No, I was in the right section. I've got more and more tanneries popping up more than the dye work sometimes. They're making more profit. Of course, I've gone with some of those just because they were a little bit more. But other than that, I would have gone for the leather work, which is just, it's different. I'm used to having dye works always being the #1 money, but it's not always the case. All right. That scared me for a second. I thought I broke it. Oh, it is in fact a mine. Sweet. Okay, what do? We talk to one of these guys. We have this guy. Looks like Salt. Fair wind to you. What brings you to the mines of this? Forgive me, I found a map to this location. Traveled here to explore it. Who are you and what are you and that crazy old man doing here? I have been called by many names over the years, and I think you can call me Hamadran. Yes, that seems to fit well, doesn't it? What am I doing here? Well, I'm waiting for a customer. Are you a customer? Well, I guess if that's is your name, it fits. I don't know. I am a customer, not what do you sell. Why, I sell the most amazing artifacts ever created by the hand of mortals. Ooh. Okay. If you cannot see what I offer, then the time is not right for you, and you should come back later. Thank you. I will leave now. What? So he doesn't sell anything? Or I can't see it? Why can't I see it? Do I have enough honor? I don't know. Come over here. Don't dawdle now. Pick up your feet. Yes, yes. A secret I shall tell you. Listen carefully. You hunt a quail, pluck it well, trade it for the craft of a mortal man, then return to me and we shall talk. Perhaps yes, especially if you bring some wine. I like wine. Well, who doesn't like wine? I'm gonna be honest. I don't drink wine. Listen. Wait a second. So I have to go get another one? You hunt a quail, pluck it well, trade it for the craft of mortal man. Secrets, hunting quail and wine. Crazy old fight. I have better things to do. Goodbye. Alright. I am confused now. I thought all I had to do was get one qual's gem, and I could open up and get stuff. So I have to get a second one, and then I have to come back to these two guys. This looks like a lot of salt, by the way. Can I go sneaky in here? Nope, this is pretty much it. So, alright, I think I got the riddles. So I have to bring wine, and I have to get a qual's gem. Do I bring it back to this guy, or do I have to talk? He said something about mortal hands. Is it his hands or somebody else's hands I have to go give it to? Darn, I heard there was an OP axe in here I wanted. It would have made it so much easier to fight stuff. Alright, well that was a little sad. I was hoping to get a little bit more. Alright, I'm gonna have to go bash some things now to make me happy. Let's pause before I run into something too big to bash. So I have to get Qual's gems by defeating these guys. These giant armies. By the way, he got defeated. That wolf guy got defeated right after I said he's gonna be a tough one. Well, then that puts a hamper in my order of list of things to do. So I have to come back here later with a Qual's gem. I guess I only have literally, this should be the last day. I'm going to go back to the Nordor here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to run around trying to make happy points with them, because I have quite a few happy points I have to make with them. Let's double check to see how many, so I get an idea of how long this is going to take. View action, faction reports. There it is, Nordor. So I have 20 points negative towards them. So I need, probably, depending on the size of the fights, quite a few fights. Say I get 4 points. Maybe. That's 5 fights at least I have to get involved with. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun, guys. Alright, I'm going to go and I'm going to invest in more money while I'm running around. I know I keep cutting in and out, but things keep changing, guys. It's Warband. You make a decision and you make plans, and then something happens and you have to change them. So I'm going to go and have to think about where an easy way to get Qual's gem is going to be. I'm going to have to try to lure some group together to fight one of those big ones, maybe. I really like to try some What are you doing way over here? Following Toolbuck farmers. You should go home, dude. This is not a good area to be running after farmers. This is their turf. Alright. I'm learning not to mess with Noldor. This is a little party I came across that happened to be fighting some Ceruleans. And so I decided to jump in because I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've been busy. I went after some little raiding parties. You know, there was this hideout in the Shaw area I decided to go after. I did it, and I realized, hey, it's our companions that are helping us fight. So let's do this more often when we know we can win because our companions are still weak. So I went after that one and a brigand one. And our companions are leveled up a little bit. I'm getting them a little bit stronger, but I didn't think about that. Just using them to help fight with that levels them up much nicer than these open field battles. But look at this, Noldors are just insane. They got the hill, and there was literally a whole bunch of cav units coming down it, and they just shot them before they even got to us. But I had to do some other stuff, so I did that, and then I've been doing some trading because we're on our own now, and I'm short. Investment wise, at least the last one was 2,900, something like that, almost 3,000. But I've been making happy points with the Ceruleans because I knew once we did this, it's going to be negative points now. And hopefully we get some happy points. But I sat down for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It took a little bit longer than that maybe, of reading a book that helped us gain relationship with the Noldor. I completely forgot about it. It got us 10 points. We were negative 20. Now we are negative 10 until after this fight. We'll see what we get. So that helped, but I had to keep running around because there was these giant armies that kept following me for some reason. It's like they knew where I was. They're like, he's reading the book, guys. Let's get him. So there we go. So we got 4 happy points with them. So we still got negative 6 points. I had 4 points with these guys. See, I kind of assumed that might happen, and so now it went down to 0. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to access item pool. 4 items. Nice. We're going to take those. And done. And now we're going to run away from these guys, hopefully. So that we don't get involved with that fight. And we got to go make some more happy points with the Ceruleans. So that, like, I want to keep neutrals for as long as possible. Because the moment we go negative is when we have to worry about them not liking us. And I don't need the Noldor chasing me and the Ceruleans. So I got to kind of pace it. And let me see if I can get at least one more fight. And I'll be right back. Alright, I think we've done it. We went off, and I guess my tactic has been I chase things into this area. That's like the best way I've figured out how to do it. Is you go out here, and there's Jatu groups I find quite often, but they're a little quick. So rather than chasing something, or getting them to... Let's see, how am I going to say this? Rather than trying something to chase them, I chase them into a heavily area like this, full of dudes just run around, and eventually one of them will be able to catch them, and then I jump in and I help them, and then I got points. So I did that a couple times. I got us up to 9 happy points again with the Ceruleans. It's good to show you guys faction reports. 9 points with them. And now I think we're good. I think we're gonna get the rest of the happy points for the Noldor here. There's this little group. They have 59 troops left against 137. So hopefully that double odds thing is gonna help us get those last 6 points. If not, we'll have to do it again, and I still got more happy points with the Ceruleans, but let's do this. Oh, and I also forgot, guys. I don't think you noticed. I got some new armor. Look at this. It's a cape. I got a cape. It's thick Pendorian knight armor with cape. I was in the Deshar area, and I happened to go to the market to go sell stuff, and I found it. Look at this. 60 armor and 21 for the leg armor, and plus I got the cape. That just looks so dope. Alright, so let's do this. The odds are, I know, they're kind of high, but make sure we picked the right one. But we have more numbers, and they have mostly bowmen and some halberdiers. Otherwise, the majority of them is, yeah, I mean, that's the majority. There's a few, I don't know what they are, wind riders or no, not wind riders. They got some different type of cav units. These Solarians do. Actually, if they're coming from this angle, let's put you guys over there. Infantry right over there. And then we'll put our cav units in the back area here. Thought maybe they'd be coming from this angle, but the way they're standing in a giant line kind of tells you. Yeah, they're going to be coming kind of from this side rather than this part, so. I don't think we have enough time to take this. Oh, maybe we do. They're not actually moving. Oh. Yeah, I've been just trying to be all sneaky. Like I said, I think I mentioned this. I've been cutting in and out so often. Is that you have... I'm trying to get happy points. Oh, yeah, we got it. We got this. Okay, everyone follow me. Is I'm trying to get the happy points so that we're neutral still pretty much with Ceruleans, because I have to kind of plan, and then when I'm ready and I feel ready, then we can go to war with them. Otherwise, I'm trying to make happy points with a Noldor. I have to make negative points with somebody, and the Jatu are just too hard to try to get up there. Either they're too quick or they're too small. Well, both actually. No, they're too large. I found one group, they got just taken out before we got here. And they were huge, but the Ceruleans came and took them out, so I couldn't find a big Noldor guy to jump into it. Otherwise, that would have been a perfect one. Okay, let's do this. Let's go put our infantry. We got this perfect hill. I love me some hills. Put you guys over there. Check out these Noldor troops. What the heck are you guys? Are you cav units, right? Go over there. There you go. Okay, we'll probably have to get a little bit closer. We still got massive hill to use here. So yeah, these Noldors are pretty good. The archers are amazing. I mean, they were just taking out those heavy armored knights so quickly. It's crazy. And we should get the happy points. And then the plan is, we'll get a few more happy points now that we're neutral with them, you know. We can get involved with any fight that they choose. And then we'll be pretty golden, because someone taught me this, and this is kind of why we're doing this first, is that because the Noldor really love this forest, and they do, there's quite a few of them around here. You guys are not hitting anything, to be honest. Let's see, fire orders. Just hold your fire. And we'll wait for them to get a little bit closer. Go ahead and move closer here. Infantry, go ahead, come over there. And then we'll swing around. Okay. And now everybody fired well. Hello. So yeah, once we get these guys happy points, I don't know where those guys are going, to be honest. Oh, they must have been chasing somebody. These guys are pretty much going to be like our bodyguards. Someone told me this idea, and I'm like, I love it. I love using other factions to do my dirty work. And so we'll have these guys to help protect the area that we're going to start probably our faction area in. And then they'll be our extra bodyguards. The Jatu will be on the other side protecting us. And it's also nice because there's not many big enemy factions. There's no when I take back, there's a Jot or a Heretic army I saw earlier, but they're pretty random, so we can still have these Noldor protect us. But yeah, I like it. The Fyrdsvane area wouldn't be too bad, but we don't want to fight the Fyrdsvane right now. We want to be their friends. So this will work out. We don't care for these guys. The Ceruleans, I say, their knights are probably the worst thing we're going to have to deal with, which means I'm going to start recruiting more pikemen and stuff. Because their knights are pretty heavy duty, so I'll have to deal with that issue, but other than that, I don't mind their troops. Like, their forts, I've been noticing, have lots and lots of bowmen. So we're going to have to get some shields. Some good shield dudes. But other than that, I think it won't be too hard to get a castle. We might have to try a couple times, but we'll get it. Okay. Infantry regroup here. Okay, I thought you were somebody else, you jerk. It's the trouble when you have a mixed army. You can't remember who's on your side sometimes. I know there's icons, I know. But sometimes you don't see them right off the bat. Okay. So you guys got a perfect spot here. I'm going to go ahead and deal with these guys, and then shabam, should be all done. Okay. Go after them, guys. See if I can get some money. Wait, that's not a money stick. Dang it, I used the wrong stick. This is the money maker right here. I'm going to name it if I could. The money maker. Okay, you're not worth that much money. Come here. I take it back. They're worth money, but I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to beat you with the money maker. Alright, let's take out these guys. So yeah, I noticed there's like, 30-some Lombowmen, and I think 30-some armored Lombowmen. So we got a lot of firepower we're going to have to deal with, especially if the castles are kind of crazy. But if we can make that, then we'll be able to take it pretty easily. We got him? Almost. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Making happy points and some monies. Alright. Sneakily, too, might I add. We're not making any enemies, really, technically. Okay. Done. Iron 31. 4 wounds. Very nice. And there we go. Thank you for your help, sir. It was fortunate to have you nearby. So we got... Son of a gun. Still only 4 points? Ah. Why? He had such bad numbers. He should have gave me some more points than that. Honestly. Alright, done. 23 items. Holy smokes. Ooh! Masterwork, Morningstar. 43? What's the difference? Quite a bit of a difference. Wow. Holy cow. 5 points. 95. 1 more point into speed, and same as everything else. Okay. And then Hourglass Gauntlets, and the rest we can go sell. Not bad. And done. Okay. Sweet. Alright, so we have to run from these guys, because I don't want to lose those happy points. But there we go. I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'll probably try to do at least one more fight, since we need, 2 points. And then we'll be ready to start doing some more stuff. But we did quite a bit. We got some money issues. We're no longer mercenaries. We are our own free people. Look at this. 940 honor or renown prestige. I'm working on my honor, and let's double check the factions. Let's see, faction relationship. Yep, 5, 4, and 2 more points. I can get that pretty easily. And there we go. Alright, so yep, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Hopefully one day I'll figure out how to get the special stuff from this mine. But we're getting there. And I will see you next time.